Some mysteries should remain hidden. A man dared to do what no one else had the courage to do, reveal the deepest secrets of reality. But within less than a year, he was gone. What did he know that cost him so much? The answer might be as surprising as it is unsettling. There are questions that seem to have no answer, right? But sometimes the truth is right there in front of us. It's just that no one has the courage to see it. This man, however, did. He looked beyond what we call reality, beyond what the eyes can perceive. But the price he paid was high. Too high. What did he discover? Could it be that there are things better left unknown? Truths so unimaginable they could change everything we believe. Perhaps the universe is not what it seems. Perhaps we ourselves are not who we think we are. Get ready, because you are about to enter a realm where science, mystery, and consciousness intertwine. But let me warn you, not everyone remains the same after confronting what's out there. Are you ready to discover how far this story can take you? And what if, instead of considering psychic phenomena as mind-to-mind transmissions, there's another possibility? Have you ever thought that maybe the entire universe is inside us, as if every neuron, cell, atom, everything, rather than relying on a flow of signals, already contained all the answers within our very minds? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Yet studies on subatomic particles, such as electrons, reveal something intriguing. When two of these particles are connected, whatever happens to one affects the other, regardless of the distance between them. It's as if the entire universe is one giant interconnected game, a perfectly connected universal web. Michael Talbot experienced things that many would call paranormal: encounters with extraterrestrials, telekinesis, unexplainable phenomena. From a young age, he wondered, is reality really what it seems? These experiences shaped his vision and culminated in the book, The Holographic Universe. In this book, Talbot explores the idea that the universe is in fact a holographic projection, a place where everything is connected in ways we still cannot fully comprehend. Fascinating, isn't it? Let me tell you something. From a young age, Talbot always had a different relationship with the world around him. He experienced out-of-body events and grew up in a house where strange things happened, objects moving on their own, unexplainable sounds. For most children his age, this would have been terrifying, but for him it was almost an invitation to look beyond what seems real. Do you know what's even more interesting? People who have had near-death experiences often report sensations of frequencies and energies, as if they had accessed another plane of existence. Coincidence? We, the creators of this YouTube channel and passionate seekers, don't think so. No coincidence at all. Reality is not as solid and immutable as it appears to the unaware eye. On the contrary, it is intrinsically connected and shaped by our consciousness. This is one of the most intriguing ideas explored by Talbot in his book. But unexpectedly and mysteriously, Talbot passed away in 1992, just a year after publishing his groundbreaking work. He had planned to write a second book, but he disappeared before he could share everything he knew. Was this another pure coincidence, or is there something darker behind it? Let's reflect on this. Talbot invites us to look beyond appearances, suggesting that what we perceive is nothing more than a projection, an illusion created by invisible patterns. It's as if reality were a screen reflecting something much greater and more authentic, as if we were the shadows in Plato's cave, trying to decipher a world that, in truth, is far vaster and deeper than we can perceive. According to Talbot, the physical universe is similar to a hologram, a projection originating from another plane, invisible to our senses, but representing the true essence of everything that exists. This vision, as fantastic as it may seem, is gaining more recognition as quantum physics continues to discover and confirm its principles. What we call reality is only the tip of a cosmic iceberg. Are you ready to question everything you believe to be real? Your mind controls everything. Imagine there are two levels of reality coexisting. In the first, we find everything we know and can touch: chairs, trees, our bodies. This is the concrete world, the one we see and interact with every day. But according to Michael Talbot, there exists a second level, deeper and more fascinating, where everything that appears solid and separate dissolves into a vast ocean of interconnected energy. At this level, the divisions we perceive between objects and people are merely illusions created by our minds. As physicist David Bohm once said, Believing in separation is a mental trick we accept as truth. The idea of the holographic universe helps explain phenomena that seem to challenge traditional laws of physics, such as the famous quantum entanglement. Have you heard of it? It's when two particles, even if separated by vast distances, communicate with each other instantly. Whatever happens to one immediately affects the other. For Einstein, this was theoretically impossible, as nothing could travel faster than the speed of light. But what if those particles were never truly separate? Talbot suggests just that. At a deeper level, they are part of a single continuous energy field. It's similar to the mysterious connection between twins who perceive what the other is experiencing regardless of distance. Now comes the most surprising part. What if everything we perceive around us is just a projection? In the holographic model, the reality we see is like the three-dimensional image of a hologram. It seems solid and real, but in essence it is composed of energy waves organized in interference patterns. Our brain, a sort of decoder, translates these waves into shapes, colors, and sensations we perceive as the physical world. Think of a television. It displays incredible images, but actually decodes invisible signals from the air. Similarly, our perception of reality functions like that screen, a tangible projection of something much deeper and more fundamental. And it is precisely at that hidden level that everything is connected, like pieces of a single energetic puzzle. Fascinating, isn't it? If the universe were truly a hologram, it would completely change how we understand reality, separation, and even our own existence. Can you imagine if the reality we live in were just a small fraction of something much greater and more complex? This is exactly what Michael Talbot believed. By studying the works of David Bohm and Carl Pribram, Talbot found the foundation for this revolutionary idea. These two scholars not only shook the worlds of physics and neuroscience, but they also opened a portal to rethink phenomena that conventional science has never fully explained, such as telepathy, premonitions, and other extraordinary experiences. According to Pribram, our brain is capable of accessing information from any place in the universe, a holographic, interconnected field. This would mean that our consciousness transcends time and space, an idea that leaves one speechless. Talbot believed this perspective could explain mystical experiences and altered states of consciousness, showing that what we perceive as reality is merely the tip of the iceberg. And what if sometimes we manage to see beyond that surface? Yes, the implications are truly staggering. Let's talk about telepathy. The most common explanation is to imagine some sort of signal jumping from one mind to another, right? But if the universe were holographic, then each of us would contain the whole, the entire universe within every single part of our being. It's a bit crazy to think that in this way, we could access information that seemingly lies beyond the reach of our minds or brains. As radical as it may seem, this idea aligns with what many spiritual traditions have been claiming for centuries. The universe is a vast, interconnected web. Whether through meditation, conscious breathing, or those magical moments of intuition, perhaps we are touching this holographic projection, the all, the divine, the cosmos, the creator, or whatever you prefer to call it. Talbot believed that Bohm and Pribram's theories provided scientific evidence for something some enlightened individuals had always suspected. The separation between material and immaterial is a grand illusion. In the end, reality is far more fluid, dynamic, and mysterious than we are accustomed to believing. Have you ever realized that your mind can be the greatest tool for transformation or the cruelest saboteur of your life? What you believe not only influences how you feel, but can also transform who you are. And don't worry, this is just the beginning. If, until now, the idea that thoughts could heal seemed incredible to you, what comes next will blow your perception of reality wide open. Are you ready to discover the true impact of the holographic mind on the impossible? Hold on tight, because what I'm about to share might open your mind to a whole new dimension of understanding. Moving objects with your mind. Let's take these assumptions to a higher level. Have you heard those stories of people who can move objects with their minds? Imagine this. Instead of thinking you're sending energy to an object to make it move, David Bohm suggests that you and the object are part of the same field. It's as if you were one and the same. In this context, moving an object with your mind would simply be a manifestation of this natural unity, a resonance between you and your surroundings. The idea is certainly bold, but it makes sense. If the universe is indeed an interconnected web, there's no me here and an object there. Everything is continuity. This vision completely changes our understanding and relationship with reality. You are not separate from the world. You are part of it, and the world is an extension of you. And this, my friend, is just the beginning of what the holographic mind can reveal to you. What if you reflected on what you are projecting into your world? Because believe me, the answers might be much closer than you think. Have you ever considered that things like telepathy, clairvoyance, or even moving objects with your mind might not simply be the result of exaggerated stories or our imagination? And what if these experiences were a legitimate part of a reality we still don't fully understand? To many it may seem like pure madness, right? But this is exactly what the holographic model proposes. This concept goes beyond and can help us explain other intriguing phenomena, such as lucid dreams or those near-death experiences that make us think and raise many questions. Kenneth Ring, a researcher at the University of Connecticut, explored how these extraordinary experiences might fit into this model. He found that many people declared clinically dead and then brought back to life described living in a different reality, one that felt magical. They describe a world where everything is flexible, as if thoughts were enough to shape what happens. For instance, some of these people reported that, when feeling hungry, food simply appeared. Others recounted that, upon realizing they were naked, their clothes instantly materialized. Sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? But this suggests that, in these altered states of consciousness, the mind can access a field of possibilities and project its intentions almost instantly. And here's something even more curious that you might have experienced firsthand: lucid dreams. You know, when you realize you're dreaming and suddenly you can control everything? In that state, it seems we have access to a layer of reality where our intentions directly shape what we experience. Perhaps it's because we are closer to a creative source, as if we were backstage in our own holographic projection. But what happens here in our daily waking reality? Is it possible to influence the world around us with just our minds? Some cases suggest it is. One of the most mysterious examples is the phenomenon of the poltergeist. The poltergeist phenomenon refers to seemingly inexplicable physical manifestations, such as objects moving on their own, noises from unknown sources, voices or other disturbances in the surrounding environment. The word poltergeist comes from the German poltern, meaning to make noise, and geist meaning spirit, so poltergeist literally means noisy spirit. Talbot, who experienced several such events, noticed that these occurrences seemed directly linked to his emotional state. When he was well, the manifestations were light and even amusing. But in moments of stress or sadness, things became intense, even frightening. Objects appeared out of nowhere and unexplained marks materialized. This reinforces the idea that what we feel and believe influences our reality. Thus, the holographic model is not just a way to understand the inexplicable, but also invites us to think that consciousness might be something far greater than we imagine. It's not confined to our brain, but is connected to the entire universe, an idea that at the very least gives us much to reflect on, doesn't it? Think about how these ideas fit into our daily lives. The key is to simplify, bringing all of this into a practical reality where these reflections can truly transform our experience. Talbot offers a different perspective. He suggests that phenomena like telepathy, telekinesis, near-death experiences, and even poltergeists, viewed through the lens of the holographic model, are not isolated events but parts of a unified reality. According to his vision, everything is connected in a spiritual universe, where our souls navigate through different dimensions and experiences. He believed we are here, on this physical plane, because our consciousness is not yet ready to embrace the vastness of all that exists. Imagine if everything we thought of manifested instantly. The idea is fascinating but also very dangerous, and certainly not all of us are prepared for this. For many, it would be like living a nightmare without control. That's why Talbot insists that this process of accessing other levels of reality must be gradual, like learning to walk before you run. Over time, as our souls evolve, we begin to explore those other levels of existence, as if we were tuning in to new channels on the great holographic television of the universe. For Talbot, those experiences we call paranormal carry enormous significance, awakening a higher consciousness. This awakening not only expands our perception, but also transforms the way we interact with reality. Everything becomes flexible and moldable, as if our experiences were reflections of what we need to learn about ourselves. Emotions, beliefs, and even what we call the supernatural begin to make sense as projections of who we are internally. Talbot uses an interesting metaphor. He compares our current consciousness to a child playing with the controls of an airplane. It's as if we had access to immense power, but didn't yet know how to pilot it. Synchronicity, the invisible thread that connects us. Synchronicity, that sensation that everything is connected, along with other mysterious phenomena, demonstrates that our thoughts and emotions are already influencing the world around us. The real challenge is learning to use this power with intention, without letting fears or insecurities dominate the process. We are like apprentice magicians, slowly learning how to transform our reality. When we manage to align our intentions with who we truly are, we begin to manifest not only what we desire, but also what we need to grow. And this is where everything starts to make sense. Everything begins within us. Indeed, the key to understanding these mysteries and achieving a higher level of consciousness lies in our emotions and our minds. It's as if the true treasure map were hidden within our inner universe. Mystics have always said it. When you dive deep into yourself, you find a broader, truer reality, even compared to what we call reality. Yes, the inner world is much more authentic than the outer one. And do you know what's most fascinating? Even if not everyone has explored those depths, mystics have already been there and have returned with extraordinary ideas. There's a concept in Hindu philosophy called Maya, which states that what we see out there is a grand illusion. We live believing we are merely reflections of what surrounds us, but the truth is that we are the source of those projections. Have you ever wondered about that? If we could see beyond this illusion and develop our awareness, we could change the rules of the game. We could consciously create a life full of health, abundance, and purpose, a life filled with everything we desire. The book, The Holographic Universe, explores these ideas, but its author, Talbot, had even more ambitious plans. He wanted to write a sequel, a practical manual for applying these concepts in everyday life. Unfortunately, his life was cut short before he could complete this project. Talbot's death has sparked numerous theories. Some say he was silenced by groups who didn't want this kind of knowledge to spread. Others believe he channeled messages from spiritual beings, and that his mission, to bring this information to humanity before leaving, was complete. But all of this is just speculation. What we officially know is that he died of lymphoma in 1992. This conclusion leaves a bittersweet feeling. Talbot had such a profound vision of the power of the mind that it feels like he still had so much more to teach. And this YouTube channel was created to continue these investigations and share them with as many people as possible. So, if you know someone kindred to you, share or recommend this video. You'll help us in our mission to awaken consciousness in as many people as possible. The more people awaken, the greater the progress for all humanity, as we are connected to the universe and, without a doubt, to each other as human beings. You've made it all the way here with me. You stayed until the end, reflecting and exploring this ocean of ideas and mysteries. Do you know how significant that is? You could be anywhere doing anything else, but you chose to be here with us in this video. I can't express how much that means to us. If this video awakens something within you, I want to invite you to continue our journey. Share this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment. Not only will you help, but you'll contribute to spreading this message to more people. So, my friend, thank you for this exchange. Remember, the true treasure map is within you, and the highest intelligence is your life. If you enjoyed this video, what you see on screen now is perfect for continuing the journey. You are the universe. We are the universe. Welcome to us.